I just want to encourage you, as young as you are, to ask questions of your parents and be proud of where you come from and who you are. Never forget, because whatever you learn at this age and throughout your life, your children will be asking the same thing, same questions about who they are, where they come from.
Tony Williams, Northern Arapaho.
I'm Margaret Red Elk, Dakota.
Daryl Bolivia Hopi from Second Mesa, Arizona.
Catherine Oliviama, Acoma, Hopi, and my clan is Black Bear.
I'm Rose Thomas, and I'm from Gallup, New Mexico, and my clan is Tachi'i.
The first question is, what kind of toys did you guys play?
We played with jacks. Have you ever seen those? Jacks and balls. We used to play hopscotch. We had little wooden toys we used to play with. Jump rope. Nothing like what you guys play with today. And we used to always play hide and seek. And Barbie dolls had just come out when I was a little girl. So we had the original Barbie dolls.
I remember when I was little, never really knew you were poor. You just find things to do. And a lot of times we would find a piece of wood and we used a sardine can as a bat. We would use the nail as an antenna, make a little truck, and we would find those bottle caps to make wheels. And so we kind of made our own toys.
A lot of toys that were made, we had string, and we put buttons on the string, and we would move the string back and forth, and the button would spin in certain directions. And then we would find a branch that would look like this, and we cut it on the bottom, and then we'd get an inner tube, and we cut the rubber band long enough, and then we tie string on the part that on the tips. So we would wrap the rubber band, we'd find a piece of leather, and we would cut it, we'd punch a hole in it, and we'd have our slingshot, and we'd find our little pebbles, and we'd shoot it. And we'd shoot at rabbits, or we'd shoot whatever, lizards. We had a lot of lizards.
What was your favorite food and how did you cook it?
My favorite food, they call it nakata, which is corn baked in the bread oven, and also mekwebi, which is a hominy stew with bread.
My favorite food was called wasna, and that's the word for choke cherry. It's not, there's a choke cherry pudding that they make, but it's not wasna. Wasna is choke cherries that are ground up. The seeds are all ground up along with the flesh of the choke cherry. And usually we do that at one time and we dry them. And when it's time to eat them, you put them in water and they get soft. And then you mix it with tallow and sugar. And we sometimes we put it in balls, and sometimes they just put it on a big slab thing, and then you can get out a little as you want, but you cannot eat too much of it because it'll constipate you. Because choke cherries, are hard. So they'd always warn us, don't eat too much of it.
Five manat sa sayong. Umahapi. Kami in nana fin yes ni. Lulmat sa umauwi yes ni. Umauwi kami yan nana fin umukatse. All I'm saying is, always be proud of who you are And don't ever forget where you come from. Just like myself, sometimes you feel like you're young, but when I was young, I didn't realize how much I was listening to my father when he was teaching me. So that's the thing. You may not think you're listening to your parents, but one day you're gonna be proud of who you are. And don't forget, live your life so that it's good all the time. Be strong. Don't look back. Look forward and be strong. Okay? Don't forget who you are.
When I was young, my father told me to get an education. And so he made me promise that when I graduated from high school, that I would go to college also and get an education there. Because there are many opportunities for natives to do that. That means you don't have to pay all kinds of fees and stuff to go to college. So, and that's the best way that you can get for your family.
One thing that I've tried to tell my kids is listen to your heart, okay? If something doesn't feel right in your mind or your heart, listen to it, okay? Don't be afraid to say no to stuff, all right? Don't ever be afraid to say no. This world is a dangerous world, especially for you kids. And you have all kinds of opportunities now to learn and to do what you want to do, to grow up, to be what you want to be. But always listen to your heart. I think that's the biggest thing I would say, okay? You guys have so much potential, and it's going to be exciting to see what you're going to be when you grow up.